about are how missionaries. Have you ever met a recovery missionary? You probably have and maybe didn't know one. I am a recovery missionary, right? I've been a missionary for over 22 years. Since 2001, I've been a missionary. And a lot of people are never talking about it very much. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. But my mission field has been reaching and serving individuals and families who've been affected by addiction, alcoholism, mental health, homeless. So, primarily, my mission has been people negatively affected by addiction. And addiction has many faces. There's drugs, there's alcohol, there's love and sex, there's different aspects of food addiction, and so forth. Gambling, shopping, hoarding, you guys understand. So for the last 22 years, I've been intentionally praying for, reaching out to, serving in many different ways, individuals, families, and communities negatively affected by addiction, right? You guys get it. So that's what the Recovery House Worship is all about. And then we've been able to participate in other ministries and help other ministries and encourage other ministries and consult for other ministries and participate and add value and help in different ways other recovery ministries, other churches who want to reach people who've been negatively impacted by addiction as well. And so we've helped many, so the famous ones that celebrate recovery. They used to be Alcoholics Victorious, Christians in Recovery, Believers in Recovery, Teen Challenge, and on and on and on. So we are missionaries, right? Missionaries who reach and serve, share the gospel, disciple, train, all the nice, wonderful biblical things that you see Jesus doing with the apostles. The mandate is to go make disciples of all nations. That's what we're about. And now in 2024, we're going to be training many more missionaries. I call them recovery missionaries because we're here to help people find recovery, help people in recovery, people who need recovery. We help families recover from what God has, from what the enemy has done through addiction in one of their loved ones' lives. And when addiction hits one person, it affects the whole family. And children of people, children who are addicts or husbands or what. You never know who the enemy is going to attack with this horrible, horrendous affliction of addiction. And there's many kinds. So I've been a missionary for 22 years. I'm training other missionaries as we speak. I just spoke to one of my partners in ministry, supporters in ministry. And because of my strokes, I didn't really remember how I met this person. And I needed to, and I just called to find out, man, how did we meet? Was it Mark Marshak? Was it? So anyway, I'm going to be training if people who feel called of God to do full-time ministry, part-time ministry, vocational ministry, but they know that there's the Great Commission. They know about the Great Commandment. They know about the incredible gospel of Jesus Christ, and they want to reach a people group. They want to reach a city, a country. We're going to be training missionaries. Primarily, my focus is on training recovery missionaries. Right? So I got a bunch of people who are in recovery who are also Christians, who are now mature disciples, who understand there's a call of God on their lives, that we are saved to serve, that there are people who we are more than most capable and qualified to minister to based on our storylines, based on our testimonies, based on our experiences, based on our culture, based on how we're wired and what we've been through. We're better qualified to be more effective with specific and particular people groups. So that's why I devoted my life to reaching people in recovery and helping people get into recovery. And those have been two of my main objectives: recovery ministry and On the third aspect of that is helping Christians who are in churches, who know the Lord, who know scriptures, but are being ravaged by an addiction of some sort. So I've been able to help people who are on the streets, who need recovery, find recovery, help people who are in recovery, find Christ, and help Christians who are in the church, who know the Bible, who understand the Christian life, who are still being ravaged or negatively affected by an addiction, gambling, workaholism, alcoholism, pornography, sex, love. You guys get it. So if you are watching this, and let's say that you are a Christian who knows that you've been saved with a purpose, that God has a plan for you. I just did a retreat and we were talking about our kingdom assignment. If you're a Christian, there's a kingdom assignment for you. And the more and more you build your personal and intimate relationship with the Lord, the more and more you're going to hear him clearly guide and lead you to what it is he has specifically and particularly for you. So if you're a Christian in recovery, or if you're a Christian and you're watching this video and you know that you're called for more, that there's more for you to accomplish in the kingdom of God, you want to fulfill your kingdom assignment. If you're a Christian in recovery and you know that God has saved you with a plan and a purpose, and you have a heart to reach people in recovery, or reach people who are out there drunk right now, or who are using right now, families who are ravaged by addiction. You know how many families are broken right now during the holiday season because their loved one is being driven by the enemy in their addiction and their alcoholism. And me and you can help. I never imagined when I first made my 90 meetings in 90 days. That's so sad. That I would impact thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Not by my own power, not because I'm great or wonderful, but by the grace of God, that he chooses to use the foolish things of the world, right? That he chose. I was talking to this partner, this supporter of mine, about that we don't even qualify to tie the sandals of Christ. Like I wasn't just a donkey that God rode. I was the weakest, the sickest donkey that God chose, right? And how God can use me and how God can use you. And I'm evidence that I didn't know nothing about the Bible. I wasn't a Christian. I didn't come up in a Christian home. I was anti-Christian, anti-Bible, anti-church, and how God saved me and renewed my mind and healed my hurts and transformed my life. And I've been able to minister to thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. And I'm not trying to boast in myself, in and of myself. I'm drunk, urinating on myself, going to prison, not knowing why I'm in jail. Right? So you guys get it. Smoking crack, running around naked with a gun. Not a good picture. It's all the grace of God. It's not by power. It's not by might, but by the Spirit. And so I want to encourage you. I'm going to do a training. I put the email RHOW, rhowpartners@gmail.com. rhowpartners@gmail.com. You can email me. In the subject line, put RHow Missionary. I want to help as many people as possible. If I'm going to help my 10, 15 people, why not help 250 people who know that they're called? Who understand that God has a plan for them. I will help you take a survey and understand your gift, what your spiritual gifts are, and what we're going to take you through a process of training so that you can be better qualified, best trained, so that you can fulfill whatever God has for you. My personal passion is recovery ministry, right? Addiction ministry, recovery ministry. So if you're part of RHow and you understand, I want to help you. I never thought I'd be a missionary who's going all over the world, helping addicts all over the world. That's what I'm doing. I can show you how I do it, and you can do it too. And you probably can do it better, because I made so many mistakes that just talking to my supporter partner today, he was asking me a question, man, they should be paying me. They should be giving me some money, contributing to some of the expenses that it takes to go on a mission. And when I go to England, there's people there that should be contributing more than they have been. And I was like, yeah, he's right. So I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm not going to tell you the perfect way to do it. I'm going to show you. This is what I've done. This is what works. This is what I haven't done. This is what I wish I would have done, and so forth. So My 10 minutes is up. arhowpartners@gmail.com, arhowmissionary. Email me, and I'll send you information on when the training will begin and how you can join the team if you're called to do Arhow Recovery Ministry and so forth. Or I can help you do your own ministry. I don't care. You don't got to be part of Arhow. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to whatever. I'm not trying to get people to be part of Arhow. No, if you're part of Arhow, you want to be part of Arhow, that's great, but you don't have to be part of Arhow. I'll help you do what God has called you to do. Love you. God bless you. arhowpartners@gmail.com. Arhow Missionary is the subject line. Email me and I'll get you some information so you can be trained in 2024 to be and do all that Christ has called you to be and do. God bless you guys.